Alright, welcome back everybody. Just wanted to take some time and go over the charts with you for the week. I hope you guys had a good week in the market. You're going to see some different colored bars on my charts. Uh, any green bar is going to be what's called a two up. Any white bar is going to be a two down. A yellow bar is going to be a one bar, and a purple bar will be will be a three bar. Sorry. And this is based off of the strat that was created by Rob Smith. Uh, so anytime you see a yellow bar, that means that the price never broke the previous candle's high or low, and it stayed within those two parameters. And it tells you that the price is actually consolidating before either making its next move up or its next move down. The green bar is going to be a two up bar, and a two bar is just directional. So, meaning you only cross one side of the previous candle. So right here on this two bar, we crossed the high point of the previous candle, and it turned this into a two bar. And then the price on this day never broke the high or the low, so we have a consolidating day. And then right here, you have a three bar, or an outside bar. Some people, or like here, they call it an engulfing candle. But all that means is that we broke below the previous candle low and the previous candle high, and that's what makes it an outside bar. So that being said, on the daily for the Nasdaq or NQ, it doesn't actually look that. It felt worse than what it looks like on the chart. And then if we even go to the weekly, you see how this is this week was a one bar from last week, meaning we never broke above and we never broke below, and prices sort of consolidating between these levels, which we drew these out on Sunday. I think we drew them though off of the 4-hour chart. And maybe it's the daily. Yeah, off the daily chart. So even on the daily chart, we did break below a few times this 20-day moving average, but it pretty much respected it. Even the drop back here, it was a retest of the 50-day moving average, and then Monday we opened up pretty well. So, well, just have to wait and see. Like, there's gonna be macro news with China and all that stuff that can obviously make the market just turn upside down, but we'll have to wait and see. If we drop this zone again, that's when we'll probably start to worry. So anything under 24,400, you'll probably see a move back down to this next support zone starting at 23.5. So let's move over to QQQ. So same thing, right? On today we had a one bar or a consolidating, and then on the weekly, our price also consolidated. We can draw this resistance zone up here at all-time highs, just off this wick. So from here, we could try and retest this resistance zone, and maybe we'll bounce it, and then come back down and retest before making higher highs. But what I think will happen until the China stuff gets figured out is we'll chop between these two ranges until we get a definite answer on what Trump decides to do with China, or until China decides to back off a little bit. But yeah, again, overall, not a bad week for for the QQQ. We ended up pretty flat. So ES, which is again futures on the S&P. Here on the daily chart, we did break below the 20-day, and we closed below on Tuesday. But you see the retest of the 50-day from last Friday, and then Tuesday we retested the 50-day, and then we get a third retest today on the 50-day, which tells me that this 50-day moving average is a pretty strong support considering the amount of times we've come back down to retest it. And if you look at the weekly again, we are an inside bar or a 1 bar, meaning we didn't break below here and we didn't break below here, or above here, sorry. Same sort of thing. I think we can see this chop around until China, or the China tariff stuff settles down a bit. We'll just have to wait and see. So SPY, this is on the weekly chart. Same thing. We didn't even come down and retest the 20-week moving average yet. So here on the daily, we do test the 50 twice, and then we did close below the 20, but today we get a close above the 20, which is good. So anytime we close above the 20, we want to watch the reaction here off this 20-day. If the 20-day starts to curl down, then and kind of do one of these, then we should probably just keep an eye on that. But what can also happen is that it sort of lifts the price up, hence the name support. It's almost like driving the price up anytime it touches this 20-day moving average. So see what happens there. For Ethereum, this is I have a worry zone marked out because we saw like just a massive sell-off this week, which I don't think was warranted, given the trade stuff with China was more centered around rare earth materials, which everyone should know that cryptocurrency is not a rare earth material. But that's kind of what happens. Like anytime tariff talk comes up, the market gets scared, starts rotating into safer assets like gold. Like gold saw a new high of like $4,300, which is insane. And then you're seeing a lot of money rotate out of cryptocurrencies and into gold. So we'll see if we get a rotation back over the weekend. But this worry zone, anything below 3650, we're gonna probably come back down and test this support zone, which wouldn't be a horrible thing, because we did test it last Friday, and we bounced it. And then also we have more confluence here with the 200-day moving average, where we come back down and retest it. But now we came back up on, this is Monday, and we rejected the 20-day. And then you have the 20-day crossing in a downward direction from the 50-day moving average. And then we just keep rejecting. We tried to stay above the 100-day, lost it. So to see the price come back down to at least the 200-day, I would be okay. But if we lose the 200-day, our next support zone's down here, give or take. So that's a huge drop. That sets us back like pretty far. It would put us back into this consolidation zone that Ethereum's been in for like right here ish. Actually, so if we get a close inside of about this red box. Probably should start to worry, and not even worry, but just something to keep an eye on. We might be a little bit early on this move, or the Ethereum thesis might essentially just take more time to play out. Taking a look at Bitcoin, same thing, except we did lose the 200-day moving average, which is worrying. We did come back down here, actually technically today, to retest this 103 level. We did bounce it, but we had a close below the 200-day, which is not a good sign. What does the weekly look like? Yeah, like even the weekly, we closed below the 20-day or the 20-week moving average. So, and this was a previous support zone and a pretty big one from over here. That is now a resistance zone because we broke it. Last one I wanted to go over was NVIDIA, and we will change this real quick to a support zone. On the daily chart, NVIDIA looks good. So we have a bunch of like retesting of the 20-day moving or the 50-day moving average. Like back here, this was September 17th or like mid-September, and then here again on Wednesday we retested the 50-day and we bounced it, and then we have an inside bar and then a 3 bar, which is a pretty good sign, but still inside of this zone, or stuck between these two zones. But like we said last week, the NVIDIA being stuck in the 180s is not a bad place to be at all. That's probably all I have for you guys. We will have a video getting posted every Friday and then every Sunday. Sundays are going to be exactly what levels to look out for. They're probably going to look pretty similar to Fridays, but we'll just reiterate. And then the only new ones that might see new levels is going to be any cryptos, like Ethereum and Bitcoin, because they trade 24 hours. So we'll see what happens to the price over the weekend. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I will catch you on Sunday.